Hello, this is Michele Knight. This is your astrological update for Gemini for the week starting the 9th of January 2017. And what a week, what a week, what a very big week, as the song goes. It's all kicking off this week. We start off with the good news. Mercury, the planet of communication, is going direct. Hurrah! And you're feeling much more in your power. Obviously, Mercury is your ruler. And when Mercury goes retrograde, you are thrown off kilter. You don't feel quite yourself. People misunderstand you. You misunderstand people. And it's like, oh, don't like it. So now you've got to be like, okay, I have got my linguistic superpowers back. And you're feeling better. Now, this week has a host of extraordinary things going on. And it kicks off with a mystic rectangle. It also includes some very powerful goddess energy. If you want to know more about Ceres and Eris, who are involved in this week's extraordinary astrology, go to horoscope.co.uk, where there's a written astrology which has got very, very in-depth detail about that. Suffice to say, they are feisty planets that are making everybody feel slightly more forceful than usual, and fighting for their rights more than usual, and fighting to be heard more than usual, and slightly maybe over the top. Now, you're great at having a good old argument or conversation because one of your superpowers is communication, and you're back in the game. And that will serve you well on the 10th as the mystic rectangle. Mystic rectangle is like a giant envelope in the sky that once opened reveals a gift to you. And I love a mystic rectangle because even though, yes, they can be challenging, they are fabulous at putting us into our power and remembering who we are. And for you, Jupiter is in the middle of all that, saying to you, I want you to have joy and happiness. I want you to know that when you're happy, things go right for you, and that you're an incredibly creative being. And also by being creative, that's when you flow, and in turn, that gives you happiness. Now, the moon is in your sign as well, in the middle of all that, and it's trining Jupiter and sextiling Saturn and Juno in your position of relationships. You should be able to have an incredibly joyful connection with someone at the beginning of the week, and also you're speaking with power when it comes to your beliefs. Ironically, Geminis can sometimes hold back or be very diplomatic or look at both sides of the argument, and sometimes even when you feel something strongly, a lot of people won't necessarily know this, but you don't forcefully put your opinions across. You like to be kind of in between and see everybody's point of view. This week, you will be shown that your opinion is important, and your opinion can change things, as can your creativity. And that's my donkey in the background, who is agreeing with me on some level. Anyway, on the 12th, we have a full moon. Now, full moons are great. They're at peak experience, and for you, this one's in your grounded position and in your position of money and finance. Happy days. Having said that, we have a Cardinal Grand Cross on the 12th also, and this is causing a little bit of argy-bargy, and it's stretching us in all different directions to see how subtle and open we are to change, and if we're really being honest with ourselves about everything in our life. And it's very much focused on your finances. So how are your finances doing? Are you good with money? Are you practical? Have you had financial problems? This Cardinal Grand Cross is going to, almost like an instant get fit class, it's going to show you how to shape up when it comes to your finances, and also your sense of power and powerlessness when it comes to abundance, wealth, people having power over you. There may be some heated debates this week. But also, because Jupiter is in your position of pleasure and creativity, I think you will probably get away with it, fingers crossed, lightly. One way or the other anyway, there's an important lesson to learn. On the 13th, things get a lot better for you, as Venus, Venus, the planet of love, is conjunct Neptune in your position of career. You have a fabulous intuitive idea, and you have the ability to create something really beautiful connected to your career, and also other people are receiving you as if they connect with your soul. So you might meet the right person. There might be a synchronicity connected to your career, and it turns out to be a beautiful soul-felt thing. You're also very aware of other people's vulnerability, and you're super psychic as Mercury, your ruler, re-enters your position of primal emotions. So you can, you're feeling your power on a deep level, and you're also sensing other people's vulnerability, or if they're powerful, you know how to handle them, you know what to say, and you've stepped up. On the 14th, there's a grand fire trine, which is great for you if you're networking. You've got, again, very strong opinions, but you're feeling much more grounded, and you know also by the end of this week what is real and what isn't real, and how you feel about someone in terms of love relationships, because they've kind of been exposed within this Cardinal Grand Cross and the mystic rectangle. But you're feeling very optimistic and very positive, and that shines through for the 14th. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks for listening, and please, if you haven't yet, it'd be great if you could subscribe, share, like, or comment. Take care. See you next week.